Hi there, my name is Ari. Thank you for joining me today for some prenatal yoga. Find a comfortable seat, whether that is in a cross-legged position or virasana, or if getting down to the ground is too uncomfortable, you can always sit in a chair. So find your seat, rest your sit bones evenly onto the support underneath you. Make sure your hips are propped higher than your knees. Nice neutral pelvis here. Rest your hands comfortably on your thighs, and I invite you to close your eyes or find a soft gaze on the ground in front of you. Allow yourself to arrive on your mat and connect with your breath, breathing in and out through your nostrils. Tune into your body and notice how you're feeling. There's no judgment here, simply allow those feelings to voice themselves. You can leave your hands on your thighs, or if you'd like, you can place your hands on your belly to connect with the babe within. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart, whatever suits you best. Notice your belly rising and falling as you inhale and exhale. And have gratitude for yourself for showing up, rolling out your mat, taking time for you. If you'd like, you can check in with little babe and see how they're doing. Send them light and love through your hands, through your body, letting them know they are safe and warm in your womb. Take a few more rounds of breath here, simply breathing and noticing, allowing yourself to be fully present with yourself and with your practice. If you'd like, you can leave your hands where they are, or you can bring your palms to touch at heart center in Anjali Mudra. And I invite you to set an intention, whether that is for your practice today, or for the rest of your day, or for the rest of your week, for the rest of your pregnancy. Anything simple that you'd like to focus on. Set your intention now, and then let it go. Allow yourself to be here, breathing and gently moving your body. When you're ready, release your hands, open your eyes, and clasp your hands behind your low back. And if it's available, extend your arms long, breathing into this heart opener. Your sit bones continue to root down. The crown of your head lifts up toward the sky. And make sure you're not arching your back too much. And release out and bring your hand to the top of your head and assist your right ear toward your right shoulder. Giving yourself a nice little stretch here, releasing tension. As we move through class, continue this deep inhalation and exhalation. Assist your head back up to center, and let's switch sides. Left ear comes to left shoulder, and notice if you're releasing any tension, if this side feels different than the other side. Lift your head back up to center, And then bring your chin closer to your chest. Breathe into this stretch, the cervical spine. And then look back, straight forward, and then look up at the sky. Back to center. Let's take some shoulder rolls, just a few here, loosening up. And then when you're ready, we'll come out of this pose and we'll meet in hands and knees. Moving any props out of the way that you might have been sitting on. Come into your tabletop position, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And then let's move the hips around in a big circle. Palms press firmly into the mat. You can go whichever direction you'd like. I'll have you switch when we're about halfway. These circles can be as big or as little as you'd like them to be. And if you'd like to include more of your torso and your shoulders, you can, continuing with these hip circles, simply allowing your body to move in a natural way, bringing gentle opening and awareness. And when you're ready, we'll switch directions. Opening up the hips here. Come back to your breath. And ask yourself right now if there's anything more you need. Do you want bigger circles, littler circles? Do you want to include more parts of your body to really get in and open up here? Listen to your body and honor that. Honor what it's asking for. Continue for 2 more rounds of breath. When you're ready, come into stillness in your hands and knees. And then send your right leg back long. Toes are tucked. The ball of your foot is pressing into the mat. Your heel is reaching toward the ground. Press firmly through your palms and your finger pads here, stretching into the calf and the back of the leg. And then find something to look at, a focal point, a drishti on the ground, about a foot in front of you. And if you'd like, you can stay here, or you are welcome to join me by lifting that right leg up. Heel is about in line with your hip, the foot is flexed. Connect with your breath. Notice your shoulders, your abdomen, your low back, your glutes all engaging to keep you steady and stable here. Deep, expansive inhalations, deep, expansive exhalations. Let's release out. Rock your hips from side to side, nice and slowly. And then we'll switch to the other side. Send the left leg back long. Heel reaches toward the ground. Stretching into your calf muscle here. Notice the muscles that are helping to keep you stable here. Everything working together. You're welcome to stay here, or if you'd like, you can join me by lifting the left leg up. The left foot is flexed. Toes are pointed toward the ground. Keep breathing. Tune into the strength you contain within you. One more round of breath here. Release out. Rock your hips from side to side. And next is Yogini Mama's Choice. So you can either come into a child's pose, a polar bear pose, puppy pose, or downward facing dog. If you know which pose you'd like to come into, you may take it now. I'll quickly run through what all of those poses look like. So child's pose, from hands and knees come wide, big toes come to touch, hips sink back to the heels, arms extend long, palms press into the mat. Polar bear pose, you drop onto your forearms, palms press together, and you relax your head down. Puppy pose, walk your hands out in front of you and push your booty back. For downward facing dog, walk your hands forward just a little bit, tuck your toes, lift your hips up toward the sky. Whichever pose you take here, take a few rounds of breath. Allow your body to enjoy this pose. If it doesn't feel good, you can always come down and try a different pose. In pregnancy, there's so much going on in your body, so many changes all the time with you and your baby. So it's really helpful to tune into that. Notice and listen. What do I want? What do I need right now? When you're ready, slowly come back, meet in hands and knees. And then if you have a block, grab your block and place it at the highest setting at the top of your mat. If you don't have a block, then stacked up books can be really helpful. A bunch of stacked up blankets can be really useful too. Look around your house. I'm sure you have something that can be useful and be used instead of a yoga block. So place your hands on your block. Slowly step your feet forward towards your hand and your prop, and then bring your feet about hips width distance apart, maybe wider, and then we'll come into a forward fold. And before you come into stillness, bend and straighten the legs here, rock your hips from side to side, find some gentle movement that will feel good to you in your body. Moving nice and slowly, being as kind and gentle to yourself as you can manage. When you're ready, come into stillness in your forward fold Uttanasana. Hands can remain on the block, or your hands can come to your elbows, or your shins, or your ankles, or the floor, whatever is available to you. Allow your head to hang heavy, release tension from your shoulders. If this pose feels too intense on your body, you can always slightly bend your knees, and that can be really helpful. Feeling a little bit more comfortable, and it can help you bring your chest closer to your thighs. Come back to your breath. On your next inhalation, let's come up into a halfway lift. Hands come to the shins or the block, and feel your tailbone reaching back and the crown of your head reaching forward. Really finding length in the spine here. Shoulder blades draw down your back. Release down again into your forward fold. And then bring your hands to the tops of your thighs, slightly bend your knees, and slowly bring yourself up to stand. You can move that block out of the way or whatever props you had, and you can come to stand at the top of your mat. I'm turning sideways so you can see me. And then next we'll come into tree pose. So hands come to your hips. Shift your weight into your right foot, and then find the variation that suits you best. Your left foot can come to your ankle, your calf, or above your knee. Whatever feels best to you right now. So find your drishti, your focal point on the wall in front of you, something not moving to help you stay balanced and steady here. If you need to go to a wall or a piece of furniture, you can grab onto that, and that's really helpful. When you're ready, bring your hands to touch at heart center. Find your balance. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you can join me by growing your branches, lifting your arms, your fingers up toward the sky. Feel your foot rooting down, your arms and your fingertips rising up. Stay strong and steady as a tree. Connect with your breath. One more round of breath here. Bring your hands to your heart. Release your foot and release your hands. Let's do a quick little shake, shake, shake. And then we'll switch to the other side. Hands come to your hips. Shift your weight into your left foot. Find a wall if you need it. And then bring your right foot to where feels best to you. Your ankle, your calf, or above your knee. Find your variation. Bring your hands to your heart. And when you're ready, grow your branches if you'd like. You are strong. You are stable. And you are a beautiful tree. Standing nice and tall, proud of where you're at on your journey in your body. Notice your breath rolling in and out through your nostrils. Bring your hands to your heart. Release your leg, release your hands, and let's really shake it out here. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs. You can get a little wild if you need to. Have fun with it. Sometimes life gets a little too serious, so. All right. Now next we'll come into some squats. So bring your feet a little wider than your shoulders. You can turn your toes out, but if you're having any pelvic pain or instability, turn your toes forward. So find your variation, and when you're ready, slowly lower down into your squat. Breathe into your pose. You may get tired, and you can always come out of it. Try to stay in as long as possible, because there's a lot of strength that you contain within you that you don't know about yet. And you will find it. Let's cactus the arms. Bring the elbows toward one another. And then extend your legs and bring your forearms and your palms together. Lower back down into your squat. Cactus the arms. Rise on up. Bring your arms together. Keep flowing here, moving nice and slowly at your own pace. Continue Slow, expansive breaths here. We'll do 2 more. And the next time we're down, we're going to hold for a few rounds of breath. And while you're here, if you'd like, you can wiggle your fingers. You can sway from side to side if that would help. Finding a little bit of gentle movement. 1 more round of breath. Hands come to your hips. Extend your legs. Heel toe your feet closer together. And then we'll twist it out here. Arms hang loose. Twist it out. Nice gentle twist for your body. Great for circulation. And it just feels good. All right, let's come out of that. And next we'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So grab your block or whatever props you have and place it just to the side of your mat, right in the middle. It'll be really helpful for our forward fold. So heel toe your feet out. About arm span distance here, but you know your body best. So find the stance that works best for you. Hands come to your hips. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Hands come down to your block. Shift your weight into the balls of your feet. Feel your sit bones reaching away from one another. And breathe into this opening. And your block can stay at the highest setting, or you can lower it down. Or if it's available to you, your hands can come to the ground. But listen to your body. Check in with your shoulders and your jaw. Make sure you're not holding tension there. Try to make this pose as easeful as possible. Bring your hands back to your hips. Slowly lift your torso up and heel toe your feet back in. About shoulder width distance apart here, maybe a little wider, and then we'll take some hip circles. So slightly bend your knees and move your hips around in a big wide circle. And check in with your body and your babe again. Notice how they're feeling. And remember that you know your body and your baby the best. You have so much wisdom that you contain within you. During pregnancy, a lot of people try to give so much advice. And most of it's well-meaning. But at the end of the day, you know what's best. So trust yourself. Let's switch directions. Moving nice and slowly. If you find a spot that feels really good, you can stick with that area for a little while. We'll stay here for a few more rounds of breath. Let's stand on up and grab your block or whatever props you have and move it over to the top of your mat at the highest setting. And next we'll come into wave squats. So feet are about as wide as your mat. You don't necessarily need the block, but it can be helpful to have from the transition down to the ground. So hands come to your heart, shift your weight into your heels, and then lower down as you push your booty back. As you stand up, sweep your arms wide, bring the palms to touch at the top, and then lower down and rise on up. Keep flowing here at your own pace. Keep breathing. And if you'd like to sync your breath to the movement, you can inhale as you lower down, exhale as you rise up. So keep going. Do a few more. This is one of those moves that you can do every single day, whether you're pregnant or not. It's great for your thighs. It's great for your pelvic floor. And especially if you're syncing your breath to the movement, it can be really helpful to deepen your breathing. The next time you're down, stay down. And then bring your hands to the tops of your thighs and then either onto the ground or onto your block. Then lower down onto your knees. Move your prop out of the way. And then you can either cross your ankles and sit back, or you can sweep your shins to the side and sit on down. And I'm going to grab my little bolster here. I always find it's helpful to have something to sit on, to prop your hips up a little higher. Helps keep proper alignment in the pelvis. So we'll be coming into fire log pose. So use your hands to assist your legs. Left shin comes parallel to the front of your mat. Right shin comes on top. Now, before we go any further, I want to let you know that I know this position doesn't work for everybody. So if this position doesn't work for you, you can always come into a seated figure 4. So if you do this, you can cross your ankle over the top of your left thigh and use your hands to support your body. So find your pose. If you're coming into fire log pose, your right foot is on top of your left knee. And if there's a lot of space between your right knee and your left foot, you can always grab a blanket or a pillow or a bolster, anything you have, and place it underneath that knee. It just makes this pose feel a little bit more comfortable and cozy. So rest your hands wherever feels good to you. Feel your sit bones evenly root into the support beneath you. And if this right here is enough, stay here. If you'd like a little bit more, you can fold forward, bringing your chest closer to your thighs. Hands can come down onto the ground in front of you to support your body. And breathe into this stretch. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Breathe deeply here. Slowly lift yourself back up, and then we'll switch sides. Right shin comes on the bottom, left shin comes on top. And if you're doing figure 4, go ahead and switch. And again, if you need a prop to place underneath your left knee, grab that. Make this pose feel as comfortable and effortless as possible. Sitting right here, nice tall spine. Breathe into this opening. If you'd like a little more, you can slowly fold forward. Hands can come onto the ground in front of you to support your body. And notice if this side feels different than the other side. . There's no right or wrong answer to that question. It's just, I find it helpful to notice the asymmetries that we all have in our body. We all carry ourselves in different ways, and especially with pregnancy. So it's helpful to tune in and notice those changes, and notice, hey, maybe I need to stretch this side a little bit more. One more round of breath here. Slowly lift yourself up, and then come into simple cross-legged position. We'll take a little twist. So inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand comes to your right knee. Right hand comes behind you as a kickstand. And twist only as far as feels good to you. Breathe deeply here. Crown of the head reaches up toward the sky. Breathe deeply. If you can't take a deep breath, come out of it. Inhale back to center. And let's get ready to go to the other side. Inhale again when you're ready. Exhale to the left. Only twist as deeply as feels good to you in your body. So very gentle wringing out here. Make sure there's plenty of space for baby in your belly. Deep, expansive inhalations, deep, expansive exhalations. When you're ready, let's unwind, come back to center, and before we move into Shavasana, let's sit here for a few rounds of breath, again noticing how you're feeling. Tune into your breath. When you're ready, we'll prepare for Shavasana. I'll show you a few poses. So first is side lying. I have this little bolster here. I have several blankets. So fold them up, stack them up, and this pose is a great Shavasana pose. It can also be really helpful if you're having trouble sleeping. This can be a really good sleep position if you haven't found a good one for you. So when you're ready, if you want to try this one, come onto your hip, slowly lower down onto your side, on whichever side feels best to you. Bottom leg is extended long, top leg comes onto your little creation. And check in with your hip, your knee, and your ankle. They should all be in one plane. If they're not, that can definitely lead to some imbalance and discomfort while you're sleeping. And it can be really nice to have a blanket or a bolster or a pillow or a yoga block right over here to support my head. Right hand can rest on the ground, or you can place your hand on your belly to connect with your baby. And then the next pose I'll show you is Queen's pose. Now, when I was pregnant, this was my favorite pose. So I want to make sure everyone knows about it. So you get one block at the highest setting, one block at the lowest setting, about 5 to 6 inches. You can adjust it as you figure out what feels better to you in your body. And then take this little creation and place it on top of there. Make sure it's really stable. Don't want to, fall over to the side, so check it first. Make sure there's a nice gradual ramp here from your blankets down to the ground. Scooch one hip up to the side, lower arm down, and then come onto your back. And you have a few options for your legs. Your feet can come to touch. You can keep your knees bent if this would feel good to you, or you can extend your legs long. And then your arms can fall down to the sides, the palms face up. And if you have a blanket here, you can roll up that blanket and have it support your neck here. So this can be super cozy. So find your Shavasana pose. Get as comfortable as possible. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm. And feel your body relax into the supports beneath you. Have gratitude for this beautiful body that's doing so much work and creating a precious little baby. Acknowledge the light, the strength, and the beauty you contain within you. This transition into motherhood can be quite challenging sometimes. I'm really proud of you for showing up and practicing yoga. It helped me so much on my journey, and I hope it helps you as well. Stay connected with your breath. Deep, expansive inhalations, deep, expansive exhalations. If you'd like, you can connect with Babe, sharing your light, your love with that being. And if you have a message you'd like to share with them, you're welcome to do so now. Take a few more rounds of breath here, allowing yourself to feel the calm that you created in class. When you're ready, gently bring movement back into your body in whatever way feels authentic to you. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth, let something go. Gently push yourself up out of your pose. And let's meet in a comfortable seat. Hands can rest on your thighs or on your belly, or one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Check in with yourself, with your baby. Come back to that intention you set at the beginning of class. Honor your intention and then let it go. Let's bring the palms to touch at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Vishokava Jyotish Mati. We all contain a bright, brilliant light within us. May your light shine brightly on the world. Let's bring the thumbs to touch the forehead as a reminder of kind thoughts. Thumbs touch the mouth as a reminder of kind words. And thumbs touch the heart as a reminder of kind intentions. The light within me honors the light within you and your baby. Namaste.